What's up, yo? Today I am highlighting NBA players who made it from rags to riches. So it seems like as of late, just watching the draft and all that, it seems like people in the NBA, like you rarely hear like a struggle story anymore. Like it's like, oh, this is like Dylan Harper, Ron Harper's son, which is fine. Like he couldn't choose that, but it's like where the inspiring stories where someone came from nothing and then made it to the NBA. Like where are those nowadays? So there are still some, but I was right. Like now here's the thing. I just found 11 of them. These guys did come from struggle, according to the internet. I did my research. I don't know their family's income or anything like that, but there are stories on them. And there's only 2 people under 25 on this team. So yeah, it does feel like the NBA is more becoming like a money thing. You have to come from money to get there. But hey, shout out to these players here, because we start Giannis Antetokounmpo, who grew up, they say he was selling CDs in Athens. He was poor in Athens, Greece. He had to sell CDs before coming over to America, and so that's inspirational. Anthony Edwards, so his is tragic. I'm not too sure. Like he was raised by his mother, but his mother died when he was 14, and then his grandmother died like a year later. And it said he didn't have a stable home until he was raised by his brothers and sisters until he was in the NBA. So yeah, that's a struggle. In his MVP speech, we all know that he was raised by his mother. You're the real MVP. Like that's an iconic speech. LeBron James, we all know this story. If you guys don't know, he grew up to a single mother, Gloria James. Definitely one of, if not the most inspiring stories in sports to come from where he came from and then to become, in many people's eyes, including my own, the GOAT of basketball. It's impressive. It's props. Respect. Next up, James Harden. He was raised by a single mother in Compton, LA, Compton. And he even said, he was like, yeah, the more you focus on the positive, the less you, and the further you stay away from the streets is the better. Jimmy Butler was kicked out of his house when he was 13 by his mom. So he was homeless for a little when he was 13 years old. Made it to the NBA. Props to him. DeMar DeRozan. I think his best friend was killed due to gang violence, but he grew up in Compton. Made it out. Respect to him. Even more so. VJ Edgecombe, this is a new one. Obviously I only know that I was watching the draft, but they were saying on the draft like he had to live on a generator for 7 years back in the Bahamas with his family. So he seems like a humble kid with his head on straight. Russell Westbrook also grew up in the LA area, but that's the thing, like friggin' James Harden, Jimmy Butler, like all these guys are old. Like that's back when like people actually came from, like they made it out. Like say Derrick Rose would have been fired too, because he also had a very tough childhood getting here. But and then Draymond Green was also raised by his mother and low income family. And then Chris Boucher, I didn't know this one until I did research on this video. Bro he grew up in Montreal, Canada, which is cold as can be, and during the nights in the winter, bro, like when he was 16 years old, he said there was a bus that would go 2 hours and he'd pay in total $11 for 8 hours. It would drive 2 hours, he would wait for the bus driver to take a 30-minute break, go back onto the bus, drive another 2 hours back to where he was, and then if he had enough money he would just go back and do it again for 8 hours to get through the nights, because freaking Montreal was freezing. But yeah, he was homeless for a little. So that is the struggle team. And like I said, bro, y'all let me know in the comments if there's any I missed, because these are just the ones like I could come up with. I could find like the most popular stories there were. I'm sure other people have struggle stories as well, but I don't know, like a lot of these guys are old. This is an old team, so I'm gonna try to keep it together for 3 seasons, but I legit do not know if this team will be any good after the first season. I mean, obviously you'll be like, yeah, look at their first season, they're gonna be crazy. It's James Harden, Anthony Edwards, KD, LeBron, Giannis, like Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, VJ Edgecombe, Russell Westbrook, and Draymond Green playing. So how would they not, ball out? But then again, you never know. You do not know. I mean, for the first year, it should be good, but after that, I cannot guarantee anything. And since they already struggled enough, I'm going to turn off injuries for them. They don't need to struggle anymore. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep injuries off for this team. I'm going to keep this team together for 3 seasons. Even if they try to retire, they're not retiring on me. So yeah, let's do it. Let's see how the struggle team does in the first year together. How do they do? I will see y'all in the playoffs. Let's go. And not going to lie, the struggle team is cracked. They just tied the all-time most wins in a season with 73-9. Yeah, we cooked. Giannis was NBA Cup MVP. Other than that, we did not win any awards. Did anyone make any All-NBA team? Okay, Giannis made All-NBA first team for us, or All-NBA second team, I mean, and All-Defensive first team, and that's the only person who made any All-NBA team for us. So I'm gonna quickly show you everyone's stats. So our struggle team, no one averaged over 20 points a game because we are unselfish. Giannis averaged 19.9, Anthony Edwards put up 19.7, and then the next highest was only 14 points. Wow, so these guys are really just putting in the buckets right there. Edgecombe, my boy, put up 8.8 points. Most rebounds was Giannis with 11.8, and then followed by LeBron with 4. Like, look at that contrast. That's crazy. Most assists was Harden, and then Giannis, and then LeBron. Most steals was Giannis, Harden, then Anthony Edwards. Most blocks was Giannis, and then no one else. I think that's the other thing. It's like all these tall people probably are just like NBA players' kids. Because like how the heck do you get that tall anyway? Unless your dad was like 7 feet tall. So I think that's probably why there's not too many centers like that. Turnovers was Giannis, and then fouls is Giannis. And then 3-point shooters was people who shot over 40% was Anthony Edwards, Jimmy Butler, and KD. So first round matchup is against Dennis Schroeder, Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. So game 1 against them is ours. 26 points for KD. That's what we like to see. Game 2 is also ours. 27 and 20 for Giannis. That's a big man game. 26 points for Ant and 20 and 14 for Giannis in that game, and we're up 3-0. This would be fire, bro. We could get James Harden a freaking ring. There we go. Nice. There it is. We advanced to the second round. I think as DeMar DeRozan puts up 26 points in 20 minutes. I think out of every contender, though, if I had to choose outside of the Sixers winning the championship, I think I'd really like to see the Cavs win one. I just like a lot of their players on that team. But going up against the Boston Celtics in round 2 with Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Neemias Queta, Derek White, and Peyton Pritchard. So let's see how this goes. Game 1 against them is ours. I think this may be a perfect playoff run, not gonna lie. That was one. Frick, as soon as I say that, bro, as soon as I say that, we drop a game. Frick, are you kidding me? So we go up 2-1, we go up 3-1. Man, 2K just had to spite me. They're like, look at this guy thinking he knows what's going on. Let's purposely make him lose now. Like, dang, bro. All right, and it looks like this is actually a close game coming down to the wire, so we could actually, never mind. We just exploded in the, look at, yeah, 10-24 in the fourth quarter. Like, I was planning on jumping in, and then LeBron said 19 points, and Giannis said 18, and then Russell Westbrook said 15. So we are now in the conference finals up against Detroit with Cade Cunningham, Duncan Robinson, Azor Thompson, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren. So we should have this, honestly. Game 1 is ours. 23 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists for Giannis. 35 points for Cade, but we take game 2 as well. They take game 3 and game 4. Okay, so now this is interesting. 41 piece for Cade. So I do not, hey, look, was that my boy Edgecombe? Yeah, Edgecombe with that 16 points in 17 minutes. So here's the problem with this team, though. Granted, they should, and they probably will win the championship this season. However, I'm going to be keeping this team together for 3 seasons. And since, like we said, all the struggling players are are from the past, they're not gonna really, they're gonna regress. And I don't know if we have enough young guys to replace them. This is coming down to the wire. Dang, they take the lead late. Minute 25 left, 2-point game. They have ball, but we'll get to see these struggle players play. Duncan Robinson getting locked up by DeMar DeRozan. Oh, shoot, Isaiah Stewart gets a wide open dunk. Jimmy Butler steps through and scores. That was a good shot. That was a good move. Kevin Durant playing defense on Cade. Dude, Isaiah Stewart, yo, Boucher, I respect your grind to get to the NBA, but please lock in now that you're here. Now that you're here, let's lock in, bud. KD finds Jimmy Butler. With the fadeaway, misses it. Okay, probably dropped this game. As Amen Thompson gets ahead, and oh, Jesus Christ. Nah, that's Azor Thompson with a freaking tomahawk. Dang. Okay, so that's unfortunate. Let's go into game 7. Despite 28 points from James Harden. Is there a chance we really don't win the championship here? Bro, relax, Cade Cunningham. And that's crazy, because I actually took Anthony Edwards off of the Timberwolves, and they got to the finals. Like, I didn't import player DNA. I literally just stole these players from their team. As we take it, and we're going to be in the finals. So who the heck is on that team? As Giannis puts up 19 points. Who's our Giannis? 20 points a game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.6 steals, 1.1 blocks, 60% from the field. So they just think Julius Randle is going to become him like that. Like, if I was Anthony Edwards and they were really thinking they could take me off the team and they're going to do better, I'd be like, yo, I'm going to show you. So let's see what he does in this game, in this series. With Dante DiVincenzo, Ayo Dosunmu, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid. Let's see what bro can do. Game 1. What? What? Naz Reid cooked us? Yo, Anthony Edwards put up 5 points, 1 for 10. Bro, what? We win game 2. All right, there it is. 33 points from Anthony. That is what I was expecting to happen game 1. Game 3 is ours. Okay. Anthony Edwards gave us 13. All right. That's not terrible. All right. Game 4 is why? How and why is Naz Reid cooking us? Brother, I am actually like stunned right now. What the frick is going on? It's a close game. Bro, it's a minute 13 left. We are down by 1. We better win this game. This is actually insane. I actually can't really understand how this has happened. Rudy Gobert. They get the ball to Julius Randle. And he just bodies Jimmy Butler. Edgecombe with the ball. Finds Antetokounmpo and scores. Great. I love it. Great vision. All right, come on, Jimmy. We need one stop, bud. Yes, good stuff. He got the stop. He got the stop. Giannis in transition on Rudy Gobert. Spin move. Gets right by Rudy. Gets in the paint and a reverse dunk and 1. Wow, Giannis. Jesus Christ. Giving us the lead and maybe a little more. Yeah, he does. He gives us a 2-point lead. That's insane. Giannis balling. Mike Conley kicks it down low. And 3. Wait, was that a 3-second? It was a 3-second violation. Good defense, KD, to force that on Julius Randle. 23.7 seconds left. It's now going to be free throws. Get that ball to easy money sniper. Literally anyone who has it is going to be able to make the free throws. Boom. 3-point game, 4-point game. Gobert gets it in, but freaking KD with the steal. Good stuff. Yo, the ball is just flying around. Either way, that wasted like 20 seconds. Not 20. Right, let me relax. It was like 6 or 7 seconds. All right. Who they get the ball to? Dosunmu off. Contest as can be shot. And he gets the ball to Anthony Edwards for the free throws, and that will do it. We go up 3-2 in the finals. Huge. 23 points from Ant. Hey, 5 for 16 is not the most efficient, but you got to get your buckets on your former team. So 3-2 lead. Huge. Like Giannis took over in that end. I would not be surprised if Giannis is finals MVP here. I would jump in. Yeah, I'll jump in, but I don't think they're going to show. I don't think they're going to show the championship celebration if I jump in, just because they never do with expansion teams. So I'm kind of over it. I'm fine if they don't, but that will do it. The struggle team wins the championship. Let's go. From rags to riches. Now they on top of the world. Fire. Let's see. Do they show the finals celebration? They show us jumping around slow motion, but do we actually get to see us holding a trophy on that stage? Do they show us on that stage? They do. Okay. Giannis. Let's go. Giannis is finals MVP like we thought. Fire. So Giannis puts up 25 points, 10 rebounds, going 10 for 14, and Anthony Edwards put up 19 points, 7 for 13, too. Being a great Robin, and then LeBron put up 15, Jimmy Butler put up 15, and Edgecombe even put up 13 in 19 minutes to bring home that championship. And I think, yeah, 23.3 points, 10.7 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.7 blocks, and then 62% from the field, 67% from the free throw line, and 53% from 3 from Giannis. Sheesh, bud. That's impressive. Now, we're going to get some retirements here, I am sure. Yo, LeBron doesn't retire. W. Bro won a championship. He said, nah, let's keep it going. W LeBron. Nobody retires, so I don't even have to export player DNA. That's fine. I just have to override their retirements next season. Bro, let's go. Yo, LeBron said, nah, let's run it back. He said, hey, man, I see the hunger in these guys' eyes. Like, I'm down to run it back. We just won a championship. I got Jordan to catch, bro. Freaking Harden declines his $42 million a year player option. Like, do you really think you're going to get more in free agency? Fuck, screw it. I'll pay him. All right, so player progression. How does this hit? Okay, exactly how I thought it would hit. But VJ Edgecombe gets 4 overalls better. But yeah, literally everyone. Giannis gets an overall worse. KD gets 3 overalls worse. LeBron gets 3 overalls worse. Jimmy gets 3 overalls worse. James Harden gets 5 overalls worse. He catfished me. I gave him a 3-year contract. Why'd I do that? DeMar gets 3 overalls worse. Oh my God. Draymond gets 5 overalls worse. Boucher gets 2 overalls worse. And Russ gets 3 overalls worse. Oh Lord. That's the struggle. That is the problem, bro. They're still a fire team. They're still like a really good team, you know? Edgecombe did get better. That's fire. But dang, they are certainly not 73-9 anymore. They are probably like 50-32. Nah, really, they're probably gonna win like 55 games if I had to guess. But hey, man, let's see this new rotation. I wonder if there's anyone new starting now, because wow, Anthony Edwards is not. But yeah, Harden at the 1, Anthony Edwards at the 2, KD at the 3, LeBron at the 4, Giannis at the 5, VJ Edgecombe off the bench, Jimmy Butler off the bench, DeMar off the bench, Russell Westbrook off the bench, Draymond, and Boucher. Okay, all right, so that's how they're doing it. All right, hey, let's see how year 2 treats them. Can they 3-peat? I don't think they'll be able to 3-peat, but maybe they'll get 2 in a row. Let's see how year 2 treats them. I'll see y'all in the playoffs. Shockingly, despite everyone becoming trash at basketball, we still win 69 games. We go 69-13. Actually, pretty fire. Not even gonna lie. That's probably good enough for us to win the championship. So yeah, Giannis makes All-NBA first team this time. So bro's just balling out now that everyone else sucks. And all defensive first team. But other than that, no one else. Like we said, like we've been saying, no one else made any All-NBA teams. Let's see stats. I would bet Giannis averages a lot more. Yeah. No. Anthony Edwards averages over 21 points, though. 21.8. Giannis puts up 19.5. And then it's VJ Edgecombe. High. The most points. 4.4 rebounds for Edgecombe. Most rebounds, Giannis. Most assists. I mean, you guys could see the stats right here. Y'all could read. There's the stats. You could take a screenshot if you want. But there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes who shot over 40% from 3. And that is what I like to see. That is epic. So, our first round matchup is against Josh Giddey, Austin Reeves, Isaac Okoro, Matthias Zulis, and then Nikola Vucevic, who went back to the Bulls after being traded from them. Okay. All right. You can't keep a fly from poop, can you? You just can't do that. That's crazy. Yeah, you really can't keep flies away from poop. So sometimes they just keep going back to that. Take them off the poop, but surely they'll find it again. But 25 points for Ant as we advance. 19 for Giannis, 19 for KD, 18 for Harden. Honestly, this team is showing no signs of slowing down. Problem is, Knicks might give us problems because they always do. Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Hart, Town. Tough. This might be a tough matchup. Let's see. Game 1 is ours. Game 2 is ours. I feel like it's just two. All right, there we go. I was about to say, I feel like it's just 2K that listens to what I say, and then they just do the opposite. Like, oh, this could be tough going up against the Knicks, and then we sweep them or something like that. Or like last season, I said, yo, we're not going to lose a game, and then we lose a game. I feel like there's a little guy in here who's just listening to what I say and just does the opposite just to make me look stupid. Not like you needed a little guy to make me look stupid because I just do it on my own. But Brunson dropped 41 and he lost and we advanced. That's fire. So now we go up against the 7th seed Orlando Magic with Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Desmond Bane, Anthony Black, and Goga Bitadze. So honestly, it looks like these struggle guys are going to get another championship. No disrespect, but we have 3-0. So maybe it was disrespect. And how is Minnesota back in the conference finals? They're down 3-0. They're struggling. But the fact they made it there without Anthony Edwards, I thought it's just shocking, as this is not a close game and we are back in the finals again. 26 points for Giannis, 23 for Jimmy Butler, and 19 for LeBron as we go up against Kyrie Irving and Cooper Flagg in the finals. This will be a problem. Kyrie, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, John Collins, and Derek Lively. So not gonna lie, bro, I actually think we have this. Game 1 is ours. Yep. Despite 52 points from Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg, God's gift to basketball. Dropped 52 points, but we're winning. We're cool. 31 for Cooper Flagg again for some reason, but we won. 29 points from Giannis, 17 from LeBron. Hey, they steal a game right there. LeBron put up 20 points. 41-year-old LeBron, 42-year-old LeBron. Let's go. All right. Dang, we down 2. It's 2-2 now. Yo, Cooper Flagg, like I said, they just make bro just stupid overpowered in the future. Bro, we've been really about to go down 3-2. I hope not. This is a legacy game. We need this. 2-point deficit with a minute 17 left. This is legacy, bro. We're up by 2. In our home court. Harden finds Giannis, dunks it. Great. Bro, I love how well this team can pass. Like, I remember it last time I saw him play. Edgecombe threaded the needle to get it to Giannis, and just now, Harden with the threading the needle, I love to see that. Harden playing defense on Kyrie. 4 seconds left. 3. Oh my gosh, Kyrie cooked him. Pushes it back to a 2-possession game. Or a 2-point game, not 2-possession, my fault. Giannis with Derek Lively. Oh my god, just blows right by him. Finds LeBron in the corner. Finds James Harden. The extra pass is going crazy, but Harden misses the wide open 3. That was very unselfish basketball. I like that though. Kyrie drives back in. Another hop step, another score. Is a tie ball game now with 2 seconds separating the shot and game clock. I would take my time here, and oh geez. Derek Lively has no shot at guarding Giannis here. All right, with 8 seconds left on the shot clock, Giannis starting to operate. 5 seconds left. Giannis spin moves, gets by Derek Lively, finds James Harden for another 3. This time he misses it, and they call a timeout with 0.7 seconds left. Dang, dude. Why couldn't we just lock up Kyrie for a minute? Oh, I forgot, because everyone on this team's old because nobody comes from struggle anymore in the NBA. John Collins finds Max Christie for 3. Misses it. Jesus. All right. Game goes to overtime. And in overtime, yo, tie ball game with a minute left. Kyrie's at the free throw line. What the frick? First of 3. Relax. Who is fouling on the 3-point line? Why? Why would you foul Kyrie on the 3-point line? Are you trying to sabotage? Who's doing that? All right. Giannis posting up. Hook shot from Giannis. Off. I was about to say you are not Kareem, my guy. Kyrie. We need a miracle here. Cooper Flagg almost runs out of bounds. Pulls up for a corner 3. Misses it. Good board, Giannis. All right. KD with the ball. Driving in. Hops up. Puts up a hook shot. Scores it. All right. So 4 seconds separate the shot and game clock. I don't know if they're going to foul here or not. They're not. They choose not to foul. At least at this point. They almost forced a 16-second violation. They're not double teaming. They're just playing defense. I like this. 1-point game. Don't foul. You don't have to. Good. Just play good defense. Good defense. Harden forces a miss. We don't have a timeout. We do have a timeout. Why are we not using it? Giannis half-court shot missing. Why he had a timeout? Bro, we had a timeout. The heck are we doing? Not calling the timeout. Bro, why wouldn't you call the timeout? Advance the ball. Now we down 3-2. That's absurd. Yo, and we lose it in the finals. 26 points from Anthony Edwards to Cooper Flagg. Bruh. LeBron tries to retire. No, not on my watch. Who else? KD tries to retire. Not on my watch. DeMar tries to retire. Not on my watch. Torrey Craig tries to retire. Not on my watch. Russell Westbrook tries to retire. Not on my watch. Y'all are stuck with me, whether you want to or not. We running it back one more year. We cannot end it on that. Cannot end it like that. That's crazy. Jesus. What the heck was that about? Player progression. Okay. Hey, VJ comes now 90. However, LeBron regressed 5 overall. So he's at 84 overall, 42-year-old. KD is at 88 overall. That's still actually solid. Dang. Jimmy Butler's at 82. Harden's an 80. -5. -4 for DeMar. -4 for Russ. -4 for Draymond. And -3 for Boucher. Holy cow, this team sucks now. I mean, shout out to VJ though. Realistically, we do have 2 95 plus and 190 overall, and then an 88. So honestly, this team is very good still. I'm gonna make, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna make VJ Edgecombe the point guard. So here's the lineup: VJ at the 1, Ant at the 2, KD at the 3, LeBron at the 4, Giannis at the 5, Jimmy off the bench, James Harden off the bench, DeMar off the bench, Russ off the bench, Draymond off the bench, and Boucher off the bench. So, hey, I have no idea how good they're going to do this year. This is the last season. Regress hit like crazy, but that's because my hypothesis, I think, was right. Nobody coming into the NBA is struggling anymore. So, yeah, I will see y'all in the playoffs. Ideally, we make it, and they'll fall off. It's crazy. So we only win 62 games this season. However, I think that was still good for 1 in the East, as Giannis, again, makes All-NBA first and still is the only player for our team to make any All-NBA team. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. So we are still number 1 in the East. Honestly, this team is pretty baller right now. As for the first time in the video, we have 2 players averaging over 20 points a game, Giannis and Ant, and then VJ Edgecombe. So like I said, if you guys want to look at the stats, you could just screenshot it here. Look here. I know my head's blocking part of it, but I just also want to show you how many players shot over 50% from 3. I don't know why Vince Williams and Malcolm Brogdon got into the games at all, and why they shot and made threes, but I digress. So VJ Edgecombe actually shot the best from 3 with 47% from 3, dang near. Then KD with 44, and then 42 from Anthony Edwards, but that was it. So we only had 3 guys who could shoot over 40% from 3, and VJ shot 61% from the field. I love that. So first round going up against Cam Thomas, MPJ, Kevin Porter Jr., Jeremy Sohan, and Rick Porter. Yo, this got me shivering in my boots. That's a scary matchup, bro. What the frick? They actually beat us. Yo, chill, hold up. Okay, what the frick? I was about to say they won 2 games on us like real fast. I'm like, whoa, let's hold down, simmer down a little bit. Cam Thomas, let him cook. Yo, I would honestly not be mad if Cam Thomas killed us, you know, like kill me then. If you're gonna have to do it, if I have to lose to anyone, I would not be super mad if it had to be to Cam Thomas and MPJ. Not gonna lie. All right, we take care of business. But wow, yo, we better win the freaking championship. Cam Thomas put up 22 points, 5 turnovers, 7 for 19, 2 for 7 for 3. As we go up against Jett Howard, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. in the second round. I don't want it to be them who eliminate us. Good. It won't be. What? Good. It won't be. All right. We're in the conference finals now, up against Donovan Mitchell, Jonathan Kuminga, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and Trey Jones. So this might be a little bit rough, but 2-1 series, 2-2 series, 3-2 series, game 7. Frick. All right. We in game 7. I really don't want to go out like this. I want to get to the finals and win another one. Like, bro, we got to get one more for LeBron. Get him to tie Jordan. There we go. We're back in the finals. And after 23 seasons, there's a chance Giannis can tie Michael Jordan. So we're going up against SGA, Cason Wallace, J-Dub, Chet, and Tomas Sorber. Like, I don't know much about any of these guys' origin stories. Yo, why do I make it sound like they're freaking superheroes? But this seems like the anti this team. I don't know how any of them grew up, so actually I can't say that, but I don't know. Let's see. Game 1 is ours. Nice. Game 2 is theirs. Frick. Game 3 is ours. Game 4 is ours. We are up 3-1 in the finals. Let's get LeBron his last ring, his 6th ring to tie Michael Jordan. That's what we need. Yes, sir. And they do it. Dude, this struggle team really should have three-peated. If they didn't have that BS timeout call, if they called that timeout, I really think they would have three-peated. I really do. So Giannis put up 28 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks, 25 for KD, 18 for Ant, and then 14 for Edgecombe, 14 for Harden, and 10 from LeBron. Bro, there it is. Giannis put up 23.4 points a game, 12.4 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 1.8 steals, 1.2 blocks, on 65% of the field, 84% of the free throw line, and 60% from 3. As the struggle team they really should have three-peated in this league, and I'm actually kind of mad. I am mad that freaking dumb coach that they had did not call a timeout there in that year 2 one. If you guys like this video, I would appreciate a like, and if you have any other ideas you want me to do, let me know in the comments. But with that being said, thank you for watching.